So today will be just a pretty simple, quick video. Just going to be showing you a little bit about how, when it comes to pea tendrils, you absolutely can get a second cut. You can do this as well with pea shoots, but I don't prefer that because I think the quality goes down quite a bit on the second cut. But with pea tendrils, I think you can get away with it because, for one, they grow pretty straggly or scraggly or however you want to call it as it is. So the second cut, it's not a big deal that you're of how they look, and they seem like they're still pretty tender. So I've got no problem doing a second cut when it comes to pea tendrils. So let me turn this camera around, show you a little bit about what's going on. Right here, I have side by side 2 trays of pea tendrils. These are green peas from True Leaf Market. I can put a link in the description. And can you guess which one's been cut already? One of these is a second cut. This one here is a second cut. And honestly, both these, especially the second cut, I've grew them a little bit too long. They probably should have been harvested about 2 days ago. Yeah, I do that too. But it doesn't really hurt that much on the pea tendrils because you're really going for this fancy tendril anyways. And they look like they're all knotted together, but they come apart pretty easy. Easier than you would think. They look like they wouldn't, but they do. So anyways, this has been cut once. If you look close, you can see how some of them have been cut. Like this one here. See, that's been cut, and it grew up another nice little tendril. And these are nice and soft. There's no issue with the second cut on these. These are also ready to be harvested. These are actually probably pretty close to perfect. That's about how I would normally want to harvest them. And these have not been cut yet. So that's the first run through with these. These here are a second cut. They haven't been cut yet. And these are about a week behind the ones I just showed you that are ready for a second cut. And you can see that when my first cut on these, I had a few that weren't very big yet. And so those ones are kind of standing out. Those have not yet been cut. But the rest of them that are coming up will come up really nicely. So now that you've seen that, you see now that you can get a second cut of pea tendrils. Doesn't work on most microgreens, but it works on these. There's another thing about peas, especially the tendril peas, is they don't come up real even. So when you're cutting your first batch, some of the pea shoots haven't come up yet, or they're not high enough for my first cut through, and so those ones will come up later. That possibly could be made a little bit better by soaking your seed. I don't soak my seed. I don't have a need to. There's a big difference, I guess, on opinion on that. Some people think it's really important to get even germination. I'm not from that camp. I think that if you're planting it in really wet soil and they're all in the same wet soil while they germinate, I find it hard to understand how that's any different if you soaked them. But some people feel different, and that's fine. Everyone's got different ways of doing stuff. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. That's how you get a second cut on your peas.